You guys are amazing. You're the first congregation that instantaneously got quiet right at the starting time.
Perfect.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom.
Okay, that was not good. Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom.
Welcome to Temple Akiba of Culver City. We are so glad that you are here for our Shabbat morning service, during which Sophie becomes a bat mitzvah. We are very excited to be on this journey with you and your family and all of our guests and members who are here this morning. My name is Rabbi Zach Shapiro, and I'm here with Cantor Lonnie Freilich and our rabbinic intern, Hannah Bloomberg. The three of us kind of take a step back because Sophie will be leading us through most of the service. In a moment, Cantor will explain a little bit about some of the prayers that we have and how we enter those prayers. Most important right now, I'm going to ask if everyone can please make sure that your cell phone is turned off or at least in the silent mode. That way we won't get interrupted during the service. And we ask that you also please just keep the cameras away. We have designated people who are recording this for us, both video as well as film as well as digital, and that way none of us need to be encumbered by having a camera in our hands. You all should have received a siddur, a blue prayer book from members of Akiba's 7th grade as you walked in. Did anyone not receive one? One in the back. Hannah's going to help you out. Thank you, Hannah. So, Cantor, do you want to talk about the journey through
I would love
the
to.
service?
So as Rabbi said, Sophie will be leading us through most of our service this morning. We're going to call out the page numbers as we move through our service so that we can all participate. And we always say that this is not a service in which she is completely leading and we are just passively watching. We love for your participation. We love for you to sing along, to join, to engage in the songs and in our prayers. So we invite you to sing along with Sophie, to sing along with us while we are up here. And I always say, even if you don't know the words, don't let them get in the way. Just sing la, 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 la. But we'd love for you to sing along with us. The more that you can participate, the more we are showing our love for Sophie.
We're going to open with the singing of Hine Matov. How wonderful it is that we are here together as a community. We're on page 70 of our prayer books. Hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. 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 Hine matov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. We continue in our service on page 72 with a presentation of the Talit. So Sophie, we invite you and your mom Sharon to come forward. This is a very special Talit that you are receiving today, Sophie. This was brought out of Germany by your great-grandfather, Lothar. And I can only begin to imagine when escaping Nazi persecution, the few things that he was able to bring with him, but one of them was this prayer shawl, and I want you to just take a moment to close your eyes. Think about where he was when he became bar mitzvah, and now where you are today, as you're about to offer the blessing to put on this very same prayer shawl.
As I wrap myself in the talit, I fulfill the mitzvah of my Creator. Bless Adonai, O my soul, Adonai my God, how great you are. You are robed in glory and majesty, wrapping yourself in light as a garment, spreading forth the heavens like a curtain. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tivanu lehitatef batziti. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to wrap ourselves in the fringes.
If we turn to page 344, page 344, we have a really important blessing called the Shehechianu. And it acknowledges that when we reach milestones in our lives, we say thank you. For the first time as a Jewish adult, Sophie, you fulfilled the mitzvah of putting on a talit. And this marks a transition in your life, in your mom's life, and in your family's life.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh.
Every day we have an opportunity to harness miracles. And our Siddur, our prayer book, gives us kind of a jump start. If we turn back to page 84, page 84, we find a series of blessings called Nisim B'chol Yom, the miracles for every day. Sophie will chant them in Hebrew, and we can respond by singing Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani b'tzelem Elohim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani bat chorim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani Yisrael.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, ozer Yisrael b'gvura.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, oter Yisrael b'tifara.
Amen. We continue our service with the chanting of the Chatzi Kaddish on page 106. Yikata v'yikadash shemei Rabbah, ve'amad yivrach chirutei, ve'amlich malchutei, ve'chayechon uvyomechon, uv'chayedech kol beit Yisrael, Bagala, bagala, uvizman kariv, v'imeru, amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mevorach, le'alam ul'amei amaya, yitbarach, ויתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויינשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירה מעלמה v'meru. Amen.
Our formal call to worship is the Baruch Hu. It's on page 108, and we invite all who are able to please rise.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed.
On page 110, let's read together in the Hebrew. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam yotzer or uvarei choshe oseh shalom uvarei et hakol hameir la'aretz v'ledarim aleha barachamim uv'tuvo mechadesh b'chol yom tamid ma'aseh v'reshit ma rabu ma'asecha Adonai kulam b'chochma asita mal'a ha'aretz kinyanecha titbarach Adonai Eloheinu al shevach ma'aseh yadecha va'al ma'orei or sha'asita yefa'arucha sela or chadash al Tzion ta'ir v'nizkeh chulanu mehera lo'oro baruch atah Adonai yotzer ha'ma'orot. The watchword of our faith is the Shema Yisrael. It's on pages 114 and 115.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem, Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed.
Please be seated, everyone. Sophie continues with the chanting of the V'ahavta. It's on page 116.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol avivcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol meodecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'elech asher anohi metzavecha hayom al levavecha ve'shinantam levanecha ve'dibartam bam ve'shivteha bevetecha uvleteha v'adere uv'shobecha uvkumecha ukshartam leot al yatecha ve'hayu letotavot beinenecha uktavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tizkeru v'asitem kol mitzvotai v'etem kedoshim Elohehem Ani Adonai Elohehem Asher hoteiti etem me'eretz Mitzrayim lihiyot lahem Elohim Ani Adonai Elohehem.
We're going to continue in our worship with a wonderful song. It's a dancing song. It's called Miriam's Song. It's on page 342. We're going to ask for our 7th grade Akiba folk to help us out. And we encourage anyone who would like to come forward and to take a tambourine. And we are going to surround this prayer space with song and with dance as we celebrate as Miriam and the women took their timbrels to acknowledge the freedom of our people. Again, we're on page 342, and we really do encourage you to come forward and grab one.
We should wait, right? please.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the women dancing with their timbrels followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song to the one whom we've exalted. Miriam and the women danced and danced the whole night long.
And Miriam was a weaver of unique variety.
The tapestry she wove was one worth saying our history.
With every thread and every strand she crafted her delight. A woman touched with spirit, she danced toward the light.
5, 6, 7, 8, and the women dancing with their timbrels followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song to the one whom we've exalted. Miriam and the women danced and danced the whole night long.
As Miriam stood upon the shores and gazed across the seas, the wonder of this miracle she soon came to believe. Whoever thought this we would part with an outstretched hand, and we would pass to freedom and march to the promised land.
5, 6, 7, 8, and the women dancing with their timbrels followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song to the one whom we've exalted. Miriam and the women danced and danced the whole night long.
And Miriam the prophet took her timbrel in her hand, and all the women followed her just as she had planned. And Miriam raised her voice in song, she sang with praise and might.
We've just lived through a miracle, we're going to dance tonight. 5, 6, 7, 8, and the women dancing with their timbrels
Followed Miriam as she sang her song.
sing a song to the one whom we've exalted. Miriam and the women danced and danced the whole night long. Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha neda b'kodesh. Nora tehilo lo tefele, nora tehilo lo tefele. And the women dancing with their timbrels followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song to the one whom we've exalted. Miriam and the women danced and danced the whole night long.
Okay. Next page.
Turning back in our prayer books now to page 124, we continue with the Amidah, which is a central prayer also in our service. We invite the congregation to rise once again.
Adonai Sefai Tifta Ufi Agi Tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch Atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el HaGadol, HaGibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Hasadim Tovim, Vekonei HaKol, V'Zoher Hasadei Avot v'Imahot, Umevi Gula, Livnehem, Lemon Shemro Be'ahava, Melech Ozer, U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, V'Ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol Atah, Rav Lehoshia, Mehakel Haim Behesed, Mechayeh HaKol Berachmamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Ve'Eholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishene afar. Micha mocha ba'al givurot, umido melach, melech memit, umekaye, umatmiya Yeshua. V'ne'eman ata lechayot ha'kol, Baruch ata Adonai, mehaye ha'kol.
נקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, הכתוב על יד אביך, וקרא זה אל זה ואמר, קדוש, 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 אדוני צבאות, מלוך הארץ, כבודו. אדיר, אדירנו, אדוני, אדוננו, מאדיר, שמך בכל הארץ. ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו. אחד הוא אלוהינו, הוא אבינו, הוא מלכנו, הוא מושיענו והוא ישמיענו, ורחמיו לעיני כל חי. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהי ציון, לדור ודור, הללויה. לדור ודור נגיד גודלך, ולנצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש, ושבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
We're going to take time for private prayers. We can use our Sidurim, our prayer books, as a guide between pages 134 and 142. But we also have the opportunity to just allow our own souls to reflect and pray the liturgy of our own hearts. When you're finished with your own private prayer, you may be seated. Seventh grade.
Oh,
Shabbat Shalom again, everyone. Let's all take a deep breath. And Sophie, especially you. You are doing such an extraordinary job, leading us with grace and with poise on this journey. In our Torah portion this morning, the children of Israel are standing at Sinai. And the portion teaches that Moses alone went up the mountain to receive the presence of God. Sophie, while you are about to ascend and bring us Torah, you are not like Moses in that you're not alone. You are surrounded by a community, a village of people that really believe in you and love you. So unlike Moses, you're not alone, but like Moses, you're going to bring an incredible dose of spirit and light and learning to all of us. Now, in order for that to happen, we need for some very special people to open the ark. And so we're going to invite forward Clara Malor, Phoebe Trencher, Sarah Barshak, David Barshak, and Jonah Baron Bethune to come forward. And we invite Sophie, we need you as well. We invite the congregation to rise. We are on page 244. Hi, everyone. All right, come on forward. So we need you over on this side. And you're going to each take from the handle and slide it open. Slide. All right, Clara. Whoop, slide.
Ein kamocha v'Elohim Adonai v'ein kemasecha malchutecha malchut kol olamim u'memshaltecha bechol dor v'dor Adonai melech Adonai malach Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed Adonai oz le'amo yitain Adonai yivarech et amo b'shalom Av harachamim heitiv avitzoncha et Zion Tivnei chomot Yerushalayim Tivnei chomot Yerushalayim Ki v'chach levad batachnu Melech el-ram v'nisa Adon olamim.
Perfect. Thank you so much, everyone. Claire, you stay here. Everyone, you stay here. Everyone else goes to your seats.
Ki mitzion teitzei Torah Ki mitzion teitzei Torah Udevar Adonai miYerushalayim Baruch Shenatan Torah Baruch Shenatan Torah Le'amo Yisrael B'kedushato.
We talked about how Moses went up the mountain alone, but even though he was alone, he didn't hold on to that message forever. He shared it with Joshua, and Joshua with the elders with the prophets, and the prophets of those of the great assembly. Thousands of years went by, and that same message keeps on coming down. It comes down into the loving arms of Susan and Paul Balter, of Ed and Lila Warner, and of Sharon. We're going to ask the 5 of you to come forward to join both of Sharon's daughters on the bima.
Claire's not my
I'm sorry?
Claire's my cousin, not my daughter, not my sister.
I know.
What did you say?
Okay, Claire, sit down. Okay, sorry.
What's
Your mishpacha is all part of the same group. Okay.
what?
All right, we got everyone over here? All right.
All right, you're on this side. You're
Yeah.
right next to her. Grandparents are going to be
So for
over
those
there.
who couldn't hear, Sophie just whispered in my ear,
there.
Claire's my cousin, not my sister. Come closer. And I was saying, your family is all family. And so it's part of my
guys are
heart
gonna
and
be
soul
on
to
this.
consider all of you in the same house.
Mom, you're right here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lador vador, generation to generation, this message now, Sophie, comes into your loving arms.
Ledor vador, ledor vador, nagi god lecha, ulenetzach netzachim, kedushacha nakdish.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo.
Gadlu le'Adonai hitiu neromema shemo yachdav.
Al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, ha'olam omed. Al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, ha'olam omed. Al haTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al gemilut chasadim. Al haTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al gemilut chasadim. Al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, ha'olam omed. Al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim,
Al shlosha devarim,
al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, ha'olam omed. Al haTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al gemilut chasadim.
Al haTorah
Take the yad
ve'al
ve'al ha'avodah ve'al gemilut chasadim. Please be seated, everyone. Friends, if you'll take your blue sidurim and place them to the side, and you'll find in the seats in front of you a larger chumash. That's our commentary books. This way we can follow along with the reading of Mishpatim. If you're in the front row, reach behind you and share with someone back there. We're going to open up to page 513, page 513. And we're going to call forward a number of people to offer an aliyah, a blessing before and after. We ask when you come up that you're going to stand on my left-hand side, but keep in mind that in addition to the stairs, we've got a handrail on this side as well as the ramp, so whichever way is easiest for you to come up. And you will offer the blessing before, then after. And when you're finished, you're going to go and stand on the cantor side of the bima. For our first aliyah, we invite forward Linda Ween, Ta'amod Basha Rezel Bat Eliyahu Udevora. Shabbat Shalom. Thanks, Linda.
Baruch hu et Adonai hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai hamvorach leolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim. V'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai notein ha'torah.
Amen.
Ve'ela hamishpatim asher tasim lifnehem.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata betochenu. Baruch atah Adonai notein ha'torah.
Amen. Yasher Koach, thank you so much. For our second aliyah, we invite forward Barbara Trencher, Daniel Trencher, and Jacob Trencher. Ya'amdu Baracha Liron Bat Pinchas V'Shoshana V'Daniel Eitan Ben Carol V'Michael V'Yakov Shmuel Ben Daniel Ubaracha. Hi everyone. Shabbat Shalom. Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai notein ha'torah.
Amen.
Ki tiknei avad ivri sheshanim ya'avod uva shvi'it yetzeh lachovshi hinam.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'ha'olam natan b'tochenu. Baruch Atah Adonai notein ha'torah.
Amen. Thank you so much, everyone. Yasher Koach, you're going to come to this side. Stand right, a little closer, a little bit closer, right over here. Right here. For our third aliyah, we invite forward Nancy Balter, Blake Malor, and your brother Eric Malor.
Yes.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Baruch hu et Adonai hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai notein ha'torah.
Amen.
Im begapo yavo begapo yetzeh im baal isha hu v'ratzah isho imo.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch Atah Adonai notein ha'torah.
Amen. For our fourth aliyah, we invite forward Ed Warner and Lila Warner. Ya'amdu Itzik Ben Yisrael Lily, Vishalva bat Avraham Avinu, Vesara Imanu. Shabbat Shalom. Baruch Hu et Adonai. 1, 2, 3. Baruch Hu et Adonai Hambarach.
Baruch Adonai Hamarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch
Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato.
Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Amen.
Im Adonav yiten lo isha, ve'ada lo vanim, o vanot, ha'isha viladeha, tihye Adoneha, vehu yitzei vegapo.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu
Torah emet v'chayei olam b'tochenu.
Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Amen. Thank you so much. Right. For our fifth Aliyah, we invite forward Susan Balter and Paul Balter. Ya'amdu Shoshana bat Sophie v'u Lotar v'Pinchas ben Avraham v'Esther.
Baruch Hu et Adonai Hambarach.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Ve'imamor yomar ha'eved ahavti et Adoni et ishi ve'et banai lo tetzeh chovshi.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tohenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Yasher Koach. Thank you so much. For our sixth Aliyah, we invite forward Sharon Balter, Ta'amud, Chana Rachel, Bat Shoshana v'Pinchas.
Baruch Hu Adonai Hamarach.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Ve'yisho Adonav el Halohim, ve'yisho el Hadelet, o el Hamezuzah, ve'atza isho, ve'atza Adonai et otno b'martzea, va'avadzo le'olam.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, V'chayei olam nata betohenu, Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Amen. Ta'amod, ta'amod, ta'amod. Habachurah, habat mitzvah. We now invite Sophie, Balter, Soferet Eser, Bat Chana Rachel for her aliyah.
Baruch hu et Adonai hamevorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai hamevorach leolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim. V'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
V'him kol ish et bito le'ama lo tetzeh ketzeh ha'avadim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam nata betochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Yasher Koach. We are going to lift the scroll that Sophie so beautifully chanted from, and as we lift the Torah, we invite the congregation to rise once again. Zot HaTorah asher tzar Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael al pi Adonai beyad Moshe. Yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 yai lai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai. Please be seated, everyone. Yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai.
In addition to so beautifully preparing her Torah portion, Sophie has also prepared a selection from the Haftarah, which are words from our prophets. In a moment, Sophie will recite the blessing for before the reading of the Haftarah, and then you can follow along with the Haftarah itself on page 1451, 1451, all the way in the back of our book. And while the Torah portion that Sophie chanted for us is Mishpatim, today is a special Shabbat, Shabbat Shkalim, which is a special Shabbat before the start of the Hebrew month Adar, a time of joy. And a joyful day today is.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar Nevi'im tovim v'ratzah v'divreihem hane'emarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai habocher b'torah u'Moshe avdo u'Yisrael amo u'V'yuni ha'emet v'tzedek. Vayomer Yehoash el hakohanim kol kesef hakodashim asher yuva beit Adonai kesef over each Kesef nafshot erko kol kesef asher ya'aleh alev ish lehavi beit Adonai yikhu lahem hakohanim ish me'et makaro vehem yehazeku et bedek habayit leho asher yimatzeh sham badek vayehi bishnat esrim veshalosh shana lamelech Yehoash lo hizeku hakohanim et bedek habayit vayikra hamelech Yehoash lihoyada hakohen velakohanim vayomer alehem madua enahem mehazekim et bedek habayit ve'ata altiku hesef me'et makarehem ki levedek habayit titnenuhu vave'otu hakohanim livilti kesef me'et ha'am uvilti hazek et bedek habayit.
In just a moment, Sophie will offer the blessing following her incredible reading of the Haftarah portion. And as she reads the blessing following the Haftarah, her classmates will be passing out some candy. Now, Mishpatim, the Torah portion that Sophie just read, translates directly to laws. And just as there were laws in our Torah portion this morning, so too are there laws, we'll call them, or instructions about this candy. So, number 1, please do not eat the candy while in the sanctuary. Number 2, they are in lovely plastic crinkly wrappers. Please do your very best not to crinkle the wrappers so that we can hear them from the bima. And finally, the last piece, when Sophie finishes chanting so beautifully the blessing following the Haftarah, please gently throw the candy at her. After the candy has been thrown, a celebration of joy, all of our candy enthusiasts are invited to come up and collect all of the candy from the bima, and we will continue from there. You ready?
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam sur kol ha'olamim sadik bechol hadorot ha'el ha'ne'eman ha'mo'er ve'osei ha'medaber u'mekayem shekol deravav emet v'tzedek al ha'torah al ha'avodash ve'ha'hanivim ye'al yom ha'shabbat Hazeshenatan talanu Adonai Eloheinu likedusha limnucha lekavod ulitifaret al hakol Adonai Eloheinu anachunu modim lach mevarhim ota yitbarashimha behiv koha Tamin le'olam et Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh ha'Shabbat. That's like, oh, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Oh, thank you.
So hard to keep actually right on the floor next to my chair.
Oh, there's one in a prayer book. Okay. It was in the Torah. So, like right there.
Oh, man.
I don't know how.
Yeah, there's a lot over here. Do you
Yeah.
want some?
Sure. I'll just keep them. Yeah. Okay. I'll just.
Sorry, Rabbi.
You can actually have a seat.
Finally.
At this time, I invite you to take the larger books that we have been following along from and place them back underneath the seats. We will return now to our Sidurim, our prayer books, those thinner blue books. And as this room is so filled with laughter and joy, we harness that joy and turn it into a prayer for healing, for those in our world who are deeply in need of healing of mind, body, and spirit. If you turn to page 253, that is 253, around the center of the page is the version of Mishaberach that we will be singing together this morning, our blessing, our song for healing. We will sing the beginning of the prayer together, and when we reach the center, as my eyes and my hands meet yours, I invite you to share the names aloud of those in your lives, in our communities, and in our world whom you are thinking of that could use a little extra prayer for healing of mind, body, and spirit.
Misheberach Avotenu Mekor Havracha Limotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misheberach Imotenu Mekor Havracha Lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shalema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. And let us say Amen.
As we prepare to return our Torah to the Ark, it is my pleasure to invite Mindy Barham, Sylvia Halflager, and Leslie Cho up to the bima to open our Ark. We are on page 256 in our Sidurim, and I invite the congregation to rise.
We'll have you open up right over there. Help open up. The two of you can open up right there. And you're going to slide. Yeah, there you go. It is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. Shalom, shalom, it is a tree. Shalom, shalom, it's not a bush. Shalom, shalom, the tree of life. Shalom, shalom. Eitz chaim hi lemachazikim bavetomecha melshar. Eitz chaim hi lemachazikim bavetomecha melshar. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Thank you all so much for coming to celebrate with me today. I would like to start by sharing what becoming a bat mitzvah means to me. My mom was the first female to have a bat mitzvah in my entire family, so being part of the small group of women who have had a chance to do this is very special. To me, becoming a bat mitzvah means that you are not only a Jewish adult, but you're respected more in the Jewish community. In my mind, I'm going to be a bigger part of things, and all the people older than me will be able to talk to me about more mature topics. You are considered an adult after your bat mitzvah. It means I made it and I can move on to the next steps in my life. Now, I know thank yous are usually at the end, but don't worry, my speech is super long and this isn't the end of it. First, I would like to start by thanking Rabbi Shapiro for supporting me through this journey. I think Rabbi is so inspirational and has truly helped me so much. Cantor Lonnie has also definitely been my rock through this process, from not killing me because I failed to practice my Haftorah and teaching me everything word for word. I cannot stretch how grateful I am for these two people. Next, I would like to thank Liz. Liz and I have a very close bond. I love laughing about our inside jokes and how much we have in common. Next, I would like to thank all of my teachers, especially Rose and Jessica, who are here today, and Ms. Gonzalez, of course. Through these crazy past few years, they have been there for me, so thank you all for putting up with everything. My friends, you are all so supportive and so kind, and I treasure my friendship with every one of you. Now for my family, who's the craziest, most chaotic bundle of people ever. Saba and Safta, you guys are so sweet and creative, and while you are not my true grandparents, I really consider you my grandparents. I love all the fun things we do together, and I love you so much. Grandma and Grandpa, I think anyone who knows you will agree that you are super crazy and fun. I'm not going to disclose some of my funniest memories, but let's just say Grandma walking in on you using an air mattress as a slide with your cousins at a rental house is definitely memorable. Eric, Clara, Jake, and Phoebe, you guys are definitely the siblings I never had. I know we always say how much we hate each other, but I truly do love you guys. Jessica, who I definitely do consider a family, is such an amazing person, and I love you so much. Audrey, who unfortunately can't be here because she recently suffered a stroke, but I love you so, so much, and thank you for being my second mom. Mom, you're the truly best mom anyone could ever ask for. I don't know how out of the 6 million eggs that developed inside you, I was the lucky one. I've had a pretty rough few years, but you were my biggest supporter throughout everything. I wouldn't be here today without you. I'm so lucky I get to spend my life with you, and Osito, of course. I love you more. Our Torah portion this Shabbat is called Mishpatim, which is in the book of Exodus, which is the second book in the Torah. The children of Israel have escaped slavery in Egypt and have already received the 10 Commandments in the desert. Mishpatim means laws. This Torah portion begins with the laws of slavery and how to treat slaves. Before I start, I would like to say I'm not in any way disregarding slavery. I'm just personally sharing what comes to mind. Rabbi Shapiro asked me what slavery meant to me, and I have finally figured out what I think it means. I think of being a slave to yourself, and when I think about that, I think of my life. When you are going through something, you turn to be controlled by it. It stays with you throughout everything and always. For example, I used to hurt myself. I was being controlled by it every day and had to cover myself up and hide it because I couldn't show what I was being attacked about. The thoughts in your head flood, and it's like another person is up there. Slavery, in my mind, is something or someone that controls you and forces you to do something. To me, slavery can be a variety of things, but this is what I think of immediately. I was also asked what it means to be freed of slavery, aka if you can be freed, and I personally feel that to some extent you cannot be freed. Whether it's being a slave to yourself or whatever your perception of slavery is, I don't think you really are ever free. Sure, you can stop doing all the things that you're being forced to do, but the thought of it is still there. For example, I think of my past on a daily. You are never truly free of your past, but like today, while I'm standing here, coincidentally, 113 days clean on my 13th birthday, we can celebrate the future. Now, I'm looking back on the past few years of preparation for this big day, and I'm finally starting to realize the true benefit. Not only is this celebration about me, it's about us. It's about all the things, big and small, people have done for me throughout the 13 years of my amazing life. I'm going to be honest and say I didn't truly appreciate this until about 3 days ago when I was standing here holding the Torah and said, "Holy S-H-I, you finished the word. I made it." As I take this journey and walk through this path, I'm closing one book and opening the next. I've been reflecting on my past and have started to accept the things that have happened. Sorry, Mom. I'm so grateful to everyone who is here and decided to show me love today, even those on Zoom or YouTube. Once again, thank you so much for supporting me so I could get to this day. To everyone out there watching me, I love you. Shabbat Shalom.
It's my turn.
Yes.
All right. Wow, I am so proud of you. And there are so many people here. I just want to take a moment and feel how loved and supported that we really are. I remember walking with Grandpa on the Upper West Side of New York City when you were in the baby carriage, and he said to me, "Your childhood went by in the blink of an eye." Well, Grandpa, I blinked. And while I blinked, Sophie and I played a lot of house and princesses, went to ballet class and daycare and swimming at the Y. I held her on the first scary viewing of Frozen, and then she memorized all of the words, frustrated with me when I couldn't play Anna's lines to her Elsa, and she wore an Elsa costume to her birthday party. She fell in love with the cello and learned to play it and joined an orchestra, and then one day she was done with the cello and graduated to Taylor Swift and Billie Eilish. She taught me about Charlie D'Amelio and the Hype House. I am a way hipper adult than I ever was as a teen, thanks to Sophie. She grew from being afraid of dogs to snuggling our Paposito in her bed every night and volunteering at the eco station and campaigning for a snake, no snakes. We moved from New York City to LA. She cried at the idea of leaving her friends and her babysitter, but she got on the plane and she adapted to our new life, which sometimes felt like moving abroad. But as Sophie has mentioned, this period of our lives has not been easy, and she has made it through some harrowing times. Today you have talked about what it means to become a bat mitzvah, that we can now talk to you about more adult topics. But for the past year, as you prepared for your bat mitzvah, we have been talking about a lot of adult topics. And as you have been working through a period of intense stress, I have been thinking about why I wanted you to pursue this goal. In New York City, where we started out, it was normal to go to Hebrew school. But when we moved here, I found many people were surprised. You're sending her to Hebrew school? I always wanted you to have a bat mitzvah, to have a Jewish identity. When I was little, I moved in the 7th grade, and I had hardly any friends in junior high. But I made friends in Hebrew school, and it became a place of community. It was also my first introduction to languages, which, like you, I have always loved. And everywhere I went in the world, Quito and Mumbai and Paraguay, I would go to the synagogue and I would feel welcome. I love the order the holidays give to the year and the rituals that bring our family together. The Seder and Hanukkah, the way listening to Kol Nidre at the beginning of the year can give a sense of peace, even in our modern, busy, mostly secular lives. Of course, for you, the world has been very different. And when the world reopened and the synagogue reopened, you were not ready to go back. At first, we simply recorded the prayers and emailed them to Cantor Lani. The first time we went to Hebrew school, 90 minutes into a 2-hour class, we stood at the edge of an outdoor circle and shivered while you decided you could not go in. You could not sit down, sorry. Cantor Lani said she understood it was okay, but you persevered and began going at the beginning of class, asking me to sit outside and bring you home early. Gradually, you suggested that I could sit by the entrance and listen to the waterfall as you stayed longer. I'm surprised you're still here, Fernando, our security guard, said as we edged into February. And then one day after I brought you, you said, I could run an errand if I came right back. And the following week, you said, just drop me off at the door. And I did. And I got a text a few minutes later. Mommy, the security guard knows my name. He says, you are up here, but it is okay if sometimes you are down here. Until just this month, when you asked if I would listen while you practiced to your Torah portion, you did all of your preparation without me, supported by Liz and Cantor Lani and Rabbi Shapiro. I have watched you become a Jewish adult, to become strong and independent with the support of this community, to move away from me physically and spiritually, but to also let me hug you and help you and know that I am always there for you. Parents, as you know, do not have all the answers and aren't always sure what is right for their kids. But as you have moved forward, I have watched with pride as you have succeeded in this endeavor, and you have given me the answer as to why I wanted you to have a bat mitzvah. Sometimes you ask me if I believe in God, and I always hedge. But last month, when you told me your head was so full of bat mitzvah that this was all you could think of with both anxiety and excitement, there was no longer space for sad thoughts in your head, it felt like a sign that this was the right path for you. To be Jewish is not always to believe. It is to grow and study and learn and repair the world. As you move forward, becoming also a secular adult, I look forward to blinking again, watching you grow more independent, driving, voting, traveling, teaching me new things. Today, my hope is that you are proud of yourself, that through this process you have developed faith in your own strength and ability to learn and grow, and that as you move forth, the Jewish community will continue to be a place of support for you. And to everyone here today, I want to thank you for supporting us. And to Sophie, my sweet potato, I want to say, I love you more.
Sharon, that was exquisite. How are you doing?
Good.
Your family inspires me.
Is my mascara
Let me regroup. Your family inspires me. Sharon, it's very brave to raise a daughter in this world. And you've done it, as we all see, so superbly and with so much love. You inspire me personally because it's a reminder that, like my family, not everyone has a mom and a dad. Some people have one mom, some have one dad, some have a grandparent, some have two dads, some have two moms. Sharon, thank you for being an inspiration to me that different kinds of families can raise mensches the way you have. Sharon, you also said something that resonates with our Torah portion, that sometimes being Jewish is not so much about what you believe, but being part of the community. And there's a phrase, Sophie, from your portion that teaches na'aseh v'nishma. It's toward the end of the portion, so you didn't quite get there. Na'aseh v'nishma, it means we will do and we'll believe, or we'll understand. And in other words, being part of this collection of people is about what we do to make the world better. It's about being a mensch. It's about gimilut chasadim. It's about tikkun olam. More than believing every single mitzvah and every single word. And that's what you've shown by being here, that in the actions, by doing these things, by engaging in this process, you've deepened yourself. We had a member of Temple Akiba once. Her name was Claire, and she was a Holocaust survivor. And when she died, I asked her children, how does one survive from that? How does one go on? And she said that her mother had a motto, and that was to turn the page. That as dark as one moment seems, we turn the page and the story goes on. Sophie, you have been a living model of what it means to turn the page, to be able to go from a place that may be a dark chapter to something that is next. And the next chapter may not necessarily have all the answers and all the light, but it's moving forward. You actually did that as you beautifully chanted Torah. You got to the bottom of one column, and we scrolled, and you went to the top of the next. And it's a reminder, even in your portion, that everything goes on. There's a next stage and a next process. We are so overjoyed, Sophie, that we are part of your scroll, that we are part of this journey, not only at the bottom of one page, but at the top of the next. And we can't wait to see how your light unfolds and how your journey continues. And we're there to support you. We're there to nourish you. And we're there to learn with you and from you as you continue. We are so very proud this day. Mazel tov.
Thank you.
Sophie, we are so honored to have watched you on this incredible journey. I remember the days that your mom was talking about. I remember the days where you would come in for a couple of minutes, sort of on the outskirts of our master prayer class. And then you started coming a little bit more and a little bit more. But no matter what, whether it was 2 minutes, a half an hour, or 2 hours of class, you kept coming. You kept making an effort. You showed such strength and resilience, even in the midst of everything that was going on with yourself. You kept coming back. And we are just so proud to watch how you have grown, how you have changed, how much beauty and joy you have shown us today. We are just so amazed with the progress that you have made. And look what happened. You're here. You did it. You are here in front of your family and your friends, and you led us in this beautiful service today. So mazel tov on your journey, on who you are, on where you have come from and where you still have to go. But what an amazing spot you are in right now. Mazel tov.
Thank you.
At this time, it is my pleasure to invite Sophie's Akiba classmates on up for a special ritual where we will share blessing for you and for this moment.
My hair looks good. You guys are shorter than me, so this isn't gonna work.
Yevarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and keep you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha.
May God's light shine upon you and be gracious unto you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha, ve'asem lecha shalom, shalom.
May God's light always continue to shine upon you, Sophie, and grant you the most precious gift, the gift of shalom, of peace.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. All right, group hug, everyone. Group hug, group hug, group hug.
At this time, it is my pleasure to invite Sarah Fields to the Bima on behalf of the Akiba leadership and the members of the Board of Trustees.
Shabbat
Shalom and
Thank you for
congratulations. Can
coming.
I give you
Yes.
a hug?
Thank you.
So as a trustee, a member of the Board of Trustees, we do this periodically. We sign up to come and make the announcements. And somebody mentioned, well, we're having a little more trouble getting people to sign up for Saturday morning. We usually come Friday night. So I thought, well, I'm a rule follower. I'll sign up. So here I am and had a window into an extraordinary journey. And I'm so honored and pleased to be part of your journey, even a small part. You did a wonderful job. I can see the bond that you and your mom have. And it's just beautiful, and I'm so pleased to be here. Congratulations to the whole Balter family and friends and everyone who participated in the service. You really have a village. I just have a couple of announcements. This is one of my slogans, Temple Akiba, we want your blood. we are hosting a Red Cross blood drive on February 26th in the morning, and there are still some slots available, I believe, and there's a huge need for blood. So if you are comfortable being a blood donor, they do a really nice job. It'll be here at the temple in the social hall. The Red Cross is very appreciative. And we also have a big thing coming up, the Purim Carnival, and that's going to be a wonderful event on March 5th. We recently had a Mishloach Manot fundraiser, and there'll be pickup for that coming up soon. For those who have ordered, you've gotten your instructions. So again, welcome everyone. I'm sure there are people that are here for the first time. Who's here for the first time? Great. Well, thank you for coming, and we hope you'll come back. Thanks so much.
Sarah, certificates.
Oh, certificates. See, I don't know what to do in the morning. Okay, so oh my goodness. Here is your certificate for bat mitzvah. I'm going to hold it up so they can get a picture. Wow. Okay. And it's signed by the rabbi and by our temple president, Kathy Penso, and it looks like there's a space for the cantor to sign, so you can take it over to her and get it signed. And then this is one I also like, is your tree in Israel. Yes. And as my friend Barry Krantz always says, your day to water it is Thursday. Thank you. Anyway, thanks again. It's a pleasure to be here with you today. Congratulations. You did a beautiful job.
Thanks, Sarah.
Thank you so much, Sarah. There is another extraordinary tradition here at Temple Akiba. Give me one moment. So this scroll is a special scroll to this place that was commissioned by the artist Mordechai Rosenstein, and I absolutely love looking at the artwork and the signatures on this. I will hold it up so that you all can see its absolute beauty. So the Hebrew that you see there translates to Temple Akiba's motto, "Our light shines brighter together." And it was commissioned to be a sort of record of all of the bar and bat mitzvah students that have stood on this bima and come into the community as a Jewish adult. And today, Sophie, you will sign it as well. Oh, you have it already. Look at you, so on top of it. All right, so you're going to sign right here. Do you want me to hold you?
Yes, please. My handwriting's usually better than this. That's what I did. Okay.
Beautiful. And with that signature, Sophie, your name will remain on the scroll forever and ever, documenting this moment and what it means to stand here in front of all of these people on this day. As we begin to conclude our service, my favorite phrase that gets said in a service, we will continue on page 282, that is 282, with the Aleinu, and I invite the congregation to please rise.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו, ושמו, ושמו.
we remain standing and turn to page 291 at the bottom of the page. There are stars up above so far away we only see their light long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us. As we live our days, these are the ways we remember. This morning, we remember those in your family, Sophie, whose memories continue shining brightly upon us. Lothar and Sophie Worth, Greta Nussbaum, Abraham and Esther Balter, Lily and Ed Warner, Hilda Stern Landskrum, and Trudy Castle. As we hold these names and the names of others whose memories continue to give us strength, we turn to page 294, that is 294, and join together in the words of the mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shmei Rabbah, ve'alma divrach hirtei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayachon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'vizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam u'lalmei almaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitroman v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yithalal shmei dekudasha b'rechu, le'ela min kol birchata v'tirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran ve'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. May the one who creates peace in high places bring peace to each and every one of us, to which we all say,
Amen.
Amen. I would like to invite Sharon and Sophie to come on back up. And Cantor, how are we closing?
We are going to be closing with the singing of Oseh Shalom, and this requires a lot of hand clapping. So we invite you to put your books, your prayer books, on your seat and get ready to join us in song. Oseh Shalom b'romav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Oseh Shalom b'romav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Oseh Shalom b'romav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Oseh Shalom b'romav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Oseh Shalom b'romav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Oseh Shalom b'romav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
So hungry.
Shabbat shalom, everyone. Yasher koach, Sophie. It is so wonderful to sing and pray with all of you. On your way out, please make sure to return your Sidurim, your prayer books, to the shelves next to the door. Shabbat Shalom.
7th graders, can you go out and help out?
Can I give you this? My feet hurt.
She did great.
Amen.
You crushed it.